Hello, everybody. My name is Franklin, and today I'm really excited because I'm going to be able to talk to you about my two big Spanish goals. My name is Franklin, and this is first1000hours.com.
Don't give up on your language learning marathon. You can make it. You can make it through your first 1,000 hours.
Okay, what I want to show you is something that one person asked me, language learning lover. This is what she asked me. She said, first 1,000 hours, awesome. When you have time, I'd love to see a video about your 2020 language goals. And so today, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to share that video. I'm going to share this video with you, right? And hopefully you are here on the live stream, but if not, you can see the replay. Um, but I have two goals. Just they're very simple, and I'll just show you what those are. I want to watch 200 hours of any combination of Spanish courses that I choose. Now, when I say Spanish courses, I am not talking about these courses that are specifically designed to teach me Spanish. If you know anything about First 1,000 Hours, my goal here on First 1,000 Hours is to share an out-of-the-box mentality to help you learn languages on your own in a real-world context. That's not just for you, that's also for myself as well. And so what I mean by Spanish courses is I will be using Spanish as a tool to help me understand other things. And so I will be able to follow my interests and at the same time be able to learn Spanish as a default. And I think that's just a better use of learning a language than just understanding all the intricacies of grammar, but having no practical application. I believe that I can learn grammar through being able to interact with native Spanish speakers, and I'll understand what sounds right and what sounds wrong over time. Okay, so I'm going to elaborate on that more in a second, but I want to share with you my other goal, and that is this. I want to read 2,000 pages in Spanish. Now, for my 2019 goal, it was to read 12 Spanish books, and I will be sharing with you another live video at the end of this month about how that went, how that fared. But I have decided going through this this time of doing different, doing those goals, that it's better to talk about pages instead of books, because one of the books I read in Spanish this year was over 700 pages long. It was called El Deseado de Todas las Gentes. And then another book that I'm seeking to finish up right now is it's called like Hope for the Family, and that book is about 100 pages. So I mean, if I say book, books mean different things, but I think what levels the playing field is when I talk about pages. And when I talk about pages, then I can basically read a long book or a short book, but they'll be able to be basically counted equally. And I want to also let you know that if anybody's here in the live chat, I see one viewer, I can actually see what you are saying as I am speaking. So I think that's pretty cool. I'm learning more about how to do live setups, and I'm glad for that. Okay, so again, my first goal is to watch 200 hours of any combination of Spanish courses, and I want to elaborate on that. And before I do that, I want you to go ahead and get a piece of paper or whip out your phone, because I'm going to be doing a quiz in a little bit. You might wonder how in the world does that relate to anything, but just get that out, and then it'll make sense as I continue with this presentation. Okay, so why courses? I want to do Spanish courses because I believe, get to a deeper understanding of different things that I am interested in, instead of just taking these going on YouTube and looking at random videos. Now, I will, and I still will be watching random videos, but I know as a YouTube creator, sometimes what happens is we have to try to compete, against other videos out there. We might have to make videos that are kind of popular, or at least searchable videos or things like that. There's different strategies like that people do. And when we put out videos, it might not be all congruent. Every single video might not be so related to one another to help someone get to a deep understanding of a certain topic. But I think that if I take a course or a combination of courses, I'm going to be able to understand more things. And so what I'm potentially thinking about doing, actually, I know I'm going to be doing, by God's grace, is I'm going to at least be trying out Martha Emerson's course. And if you can see right here, that is a picture of Martha Emerson. I've been following her on YouTube since 2018. And I like a lot of the different things that she shares about online business. I'm not saying in anything I share today. I'm not saying I might not like every single thing, but I like enough to be very interested in it. And I mean, she talks about email marketing. She talks about developing a personal brand. I mean, and then I've seen her growth on YouTube, and since 2018, it's amazing. So I like to learn about how to grow a YouTube channel. I like to learn about personal branding and all of that. So I want to take her course, and I believe that when I've seen how she's been on YouTube, she gives a lot of value. Now the cool thing about Martha Emerson is also that I understand probably around anywhere from like 85 to 90% or more of what she says. And so I can definitely now take a course because I've had that background of seeking to really understand what people are saying. And again, this course is not for it's not to teach me Spanish. It's for native Spanish speakers. And so I'll be interacting with others and probably be in a community of other Spanish speakers that have similar interests as myself. All right, so I want to go and show you her website to give you an illustration of the course that I'll be taking. Okay, so sorry, I put this, need to go up at the top. Here it is. Her course costs $12 a month. And to me, that's like so little. I mean, look at this. I'm getting to learn Spanish, and at the same time, it's paying a minuscule amount of money. I will be paying a minuscule amount of money, and still being able to learn things that I like to learn about. And so she has over 100 classes here, and I'll just put this up here. It says for USD $12 a month. She has right here like personal finances, organize your numbers. She talks about like Excel, working with Excel with finances, and then also she talks right here and has different classes on a niche, having like a niche in your business, how to have an editorial calendar and strategy of content. And what really interests me is a terminology called content marketing. And I like to look at some articles from a website called the Content Marketing Institute. And so Martha Emerson has been like this master of being able to have quality content that leads people eventually to buying her service or her products and services, really her service, her online course. And she also has another course that I mean, it's not a course, but it's actually a business virtual meetup talking about business once a week. I'm not. If I like her school, I might actually take that as well. But that's another topic. But anyway, she has so many people coming onto her YouTube page, and she's actually able to have a business. And actually, let me just actually show you what I'm talking about. If I go down here, she says unite with more than 1,000 alumni with me. So she has over 1,000 people that have been in this course that she's developed, online business and marketing. She has over 100,000, over 110,000 followers on YouTube. So I mean, she knows what she's talking about. And something else I'm looking forward to doing is she has a course on email marketing. And I have used MailChimp to help me understand a little bit about email marketing. I have used MailChimp to actually send people emails, but I know there's so much more I can do with MailChimp. And so why not learn from Martha Emerson? So she is someone that likes to automate her processes. And so you can do a lot of automation with MailChimp. And if you look right here, she has 11 classes on email marketing. She talks about how to create courses and make online courses, and she has 12 classes about that. She talks about embuda de ventas or sales funnels and how to do Facebook ads. She has 12 classes on that. Now, one other thing that's relevant for myself, even in terms of first 1,000 hours, is one of my goals has been to make 52 public videos before 2019 ends. And then I would tell myself, okay, I'm serious. What I'm doing right now is video 51. And I should be able to do video 52 at the end of, I should be able to do video 52 before this month ends. And then I'll be serious. And then I'm already thinking about, like, with 2020, if I continue with first 1,000 hours, I want to turn first 1,000 hours into a website. And so I'm going to be learning things in Spanish, but what I'm going to be learning, I'm going to probably be applying to first 1,000 hours to help me continue with this brand. And so I'm liking the fact that I can actually take a course from someone I've already basically known a lot about since 2018, early 2018. And then the other course I'm looking to take is from Miradex, and I need to show that to you on the screen now. Right here it says learn WordPress in a simple way, basically. And so it's a six-week course, and they approximate that it takes around 30 hours to study to take this course. Now, this is a course that is free. To my knowledge, I registered for it, and I didn't have to pay anything. I didn't take the course this year, but I registered for it. I was really excited about it, but I had other priorities, and so I didn't really prioritize taking this. But next year, I'm going to be prioritizing taking this potentially, or Marta Emerson, whatever I want to do. But I probably will take this class. And if I want to get a certificate from this class, I think I have to pay for that. And I have to I believe I have to complete the course in a certain amount of time in order to get that certificate. But if I don't want the certificate, then I can just take it for free. And I want to show you something here that I thought was pretty cool. It has closed captioning. Now, this is not closed captioning with English subtitles, but I'll just put this on the screen here, that they have Spanish subtitles. And I'll just play about 10 seconds of this for you to get a feel of how the Spanish is for this specific course.
WordPress está realizado en lenguaje PHP para entornos que ejecuten MySQL y Apache, bajo licencia GPL, y es software libre con el que podrás desarrollar blog, websites corporativos, tiendas online y muchísimo más.
Okay, so that is really helpful, I think, for me to have subtitles for this specifically, because this is going into a lot of technical jargon. And what WordPress is it is something that I personally use to create websites. So I've used WordPress in the past, but there's always something new to learn. And hey, why not learn using Spanish? So how I will rate the 200 hours is it's going to be based on the amount of videos I watch. So I'll just add up the time and whatever courses I take, and then I'll just add up the video time, and then I'll get to 200 hours. So that won't include anything I have to read in the courses or anything like that. Okay, so that's what I wanted to share with you about Spanish courses. And so I'm going to go ahead and put my PowerPoint back on, or my presentation. Really, it's OpenOffice. It's a free program, but hey, it's fine. Okay, so I want to talk to you about reading. And so I have this quiz for you, because I actually worked at a health ministry before for about 5 years. And so one of the things that we did at the health ministry is we had a seminar about depression recovery. And so one of the books I want to read, the first book I want to read in Spanish next year, is something I thought I was going to read this year, but I actually didn't. And it's called Cómo Salir de la Depresión. The English title is called Depression, The Way Out. And so I will read this. And the reason why I want to share this quiz with you is because this quiz was a quiz that was based on something that the author of this book had done. And the author of this book is called Dr. Neil Nedley. He's a medical doctor, and I have liked reading some of his books in the past. and I'll talk about that in a second. But I want to share with you this quiz, okay? And then things will make sense as we continue, okay? So I hope that you have your piece of paper or your phone out, and here we go. So we're going to look at this, and I'll start with question number 1 in a second. Okay, so we're going to refer to the picture. Now, these pictures are not below. Sorry about that. But anyway, refer to the picture that corresponds to the specific question. So you'll see the pictures on the screen. I really didn't need to have that on there, but hey, this is live video. Sometimes I make mistakes. Okay, so the people's names in these questions aren't real. So let's go on to question number 1. So this is a woman here, and let's call her Lucy. She's warmly dressed. What do you think she is thinking? Is she A, bored, B, neutral, C, stressed, D, none of the above? Okay, so this is question number 1 of 4 questions for this very simple quiz. But I've taken this quiz before, and it really impacted me, and it actually relates to this book, like I'll share with you in a second. All right, so let's go over to question number 2. Deb is the one with braided hair and her hand raised. What do you think she is most likely thinking at the time this picture was taken? A, disgusted, B, interested, C, bored, or D, none of the above? So what do you think? All right, so you can go ahead and put down your answer for that. And I'll move on to question number 3. What do you think Juan is most likely thinking at the time this picture was taken? A, neutral, B, sad, C, amused, D, none of the above. And last question. Imagine that Ellen is returning from a visit with her boyfriend where he has unexpectedly broken up with her. Knowing this, which one of these most likely expresses her emotions? A, neutral, B, sad, C, amused, or D, none of the above? Okay, so like I said, I took this quiz, and I got every single question wrong. And so if you want to know what the correct answers are, I will tell you that. You might want to pause and go back over this video if you're watching the replay to kind of make sure that you answered all the questions. But if you answered all the questions, the correct answer on all of these questions was D, none of the above. And that was pretty interesting to myself, because I just thought that I could do some mind reading. I didn't really internalize that, but that's what I was doing. I was trying to read other people's minds, and because of that, I got every single question wrong because I can't read people's minds. And I want to show you something from another one of Dr. Nedley's books about this idea of mind reading. So let me go ahead and switch the camera just 1 second here. All right, good. All right, so this is a book. It's called Lost Art of Thinking, and he talks about how to improve emotional intelligence and peak mental performance. And you can see right there is by Dr. Nedley. So what he says right here, hopefully you can see this. It might be a little blurry. I think it's getting better. Hopefully it's getting better. It says, when dealing with strangers, only about 1 in 4 mind reading assumptions is correct. And it says the ratio of mind reading accuracy shoots up considerably in close long-term relationships, as much as 4 out of 5 chances of being correct. I know this camera is a little shaky, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to change it to this so I can just go ahead and read, and you don't have to see the shaky footage anymore. But this is what he says as well. So let's look at this. If you have a mind reading accuracy of only 4 out of 5 times, that means that 1 out of 5 times you're going to be wrong. And so you might say, I know what you're thinking, but you could be wrong. And it says, even people who are highly skilled in social mind reading still encounter situations where, in an attempt to keep an alliance afloat, they totally misread a romantic partner. And so I really thought to myself, oh man, I'm reading people's minds, and I can't do that. And so that's been really helpful for myself. I've read part of his book here, The Lost Art of Thinking, in the past. I've read part of his book called Proof Positive. This is about lifestyle and helping to combat chronic diseases. It's really nice. I really like that book a lot. And so because I've already had the interactions with both of these books, And then also at the health ministry that I've been at, we had the depression recovery program, and that I know that's helped other people. And so I know that this will be helpful for myself, as well as the knowledge I get from this book will be able to help other people. And I'm really, really excited to read this book in Spanish. And then also, hopefully, maybe one of you might want to read it as well, and then we can even discuss it together. But I want to share this with the First 1,000 Hour community, and I'm going to show you a little bit of the book as well. I'm going to get my camera up here, if I can, and then I'll just show you some of the topics and things in this book. Okay, so switch it to the wrong thing. Sorry. All right, so it talks about like physical effects of a factor of sudden stress. We have here, talks about different things for mothers who are pregnant, things that they have to worry about or think about. If we go even to the table of contents, just 1 second. We have like the mind, hidden dangers of depression, the cause of depression, herbs and medicine. So to look at like the effect of herbs and medicine, stress and anxiety, how to combat stress. Dr. Nedley has had a depression recovery program that has been helpful in getting a lot of people off of depression. The frontal lobe in the cerebrum. So anyway, I like this book also because it has a lot of references in it. He's done a lot of different research, but he makes it in a way, he writes in a way in which is easy to understand, but really highly thought out. And he also has a Christian perspective, so that is a blessing for myself as well. All right, so those are some of my goals, or my 2 big goals that I want to have for 2020. And I am very interested in knowing what are your language learning goals. And so please let me know about those. And I do want to say as well, yeah, these are the books that I read. I have read part at least of some of these books. And I want to let you know as well that if you want to see how I have fared in my 2019 goals, then you can go ahead and click a playlist on the screen. And then also, you can also click on a video that YouTube will recommend. And I hope to see you in the next video.